Welcome to Comedians Interviewing Musicians. You're listening to the audio version of the live streaming vodcast from Austin, Texas. This is Season 1, Episode 14, recorded on October 17th, 2017, live from the Cuvee Coffee Bar on East 6th, with hosts BeckiJo Neal and Kris Potrafka. Our musical guest is Mindz of a Different Kind. But wait, it's important we say thank you to our patrons, because without them, this show would spontaneously combust, and that'd be bad for a lot of reasons, so thank you. Thank you for supporting local live music. When you become a patron, not only do you help promote these great artists, you get rewards, like real stuff. So for as little as $1 a month, we'll unlock the doors and give you exclusive behind-the-scenes content. And then, depending on your level of contribution, you get your very own spotlight on the show, merch from the artists sent to your mailbox each month, and VIP invites to our shows. Join our club and support the music. Sign up at comediansinterviewingmusicians.live. That's comediansinterviewingmusicians.live. And now, brought to you by Music Firsthand and their live music booking app, here's Comedians Interviewing Musicians.
Excited to introduce this group to you because I have been stalking them for a week now on the internet and various social medias, and also I'm under these two of their beds on a regular basis. The basis of this conversation today is Mindz of a Different Kind, this wonderful and incredible rap and hip hop group. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yo, it's Shy Clop, straight out of Mindz of a Different Kind. What's up, Austin?
Black Child. Mindz of a Different Kind, what's good?
Peace. My name is Nick Cruz, a.k.a. Pip Damascus.
What's up, y'all? I'm Business, Sleep Nasty, whatever you want to call this, MDK.
Chill. And my name is Flo Bama, producer, beat maker, video guy. Yeah. I make sauce, all kinds of things.
Hermit Kingdom,
bring the flavor. Hermit Kingdom, representing Hermit Kingdom. What's up?
Hey, with no further ado, let's go into a song.
Hip hop.
Let's kick it.
Hey.
No whack rhyming.
Yeah. How y'all feeling, Austin?
No whack rhyming. I don't do no whack rhyming.
Music firsthand.
No whack rhyming. Hey, no whack rhyming.
No whack rhyming.
No whack rhyming.
MDK don't do
no whack rhyming.
Yeah.
No whack rhyming.
Dark matter created a cake batter, brain splatter, mathematics fact that I'm matter, let me at 'em. Up and at 'em and see in a garden, penny pinching like I'm Hardaway, hardly coughing. Shoot more rocks with dick plots like boom dots, trade verse with boom box, boom back, that's two hops. Fuck do they talk back? Understand the method, imagine a mass record, a reason to show pressure. Fathom my aggression, a personal impression. Pinpoint this at, let's talk walk with this moon. Consume these tunes as I hum to this tune. My tool is under the stars is the uterus. Computerist, head of the equation, man's complication, complex computation, taking moderation. Fuck, I look like this hood astrophysics. Written so exquisitely popping a house appendix.
Hoping niggas get the message. Can you feel the texture? Without the pain in my theory, can you catch the pressure? I'm eating beans and rice, my nigga, you need a light gestures. Watching people catching waves, do my light test me. While I'm swallowing the page, my pen stay in hands. My index pristine, my picture presented. Behind the scene of things, my eyesight to capture these moments that don't last forever. Whatever, you can get the money, you can get the power. Sitting in my prime, found an hour, never landed. My canvas trying to take it, disrespectful niggas. What would you do if position was ours? All of these questions I do not know. Try fight with people you came up with. On some hip hop shit, guess it changed the bid. No minor shit, best in my life in this. For Christ's sake, wake and bake daily intake. MDK branded, I'm candid with these letters. Serious what I carry, accuracy the organ berry. Spitting from the core, I'm the score at 9-4. Before we split the pie, this for you and I. Yeah, 2011 rhymes back to Hampton basement times. Catch bus for no rise. Yes, be on our time. Yeah, most still be glooming. Keep the city booming.
I'm checking these fools cause they think it's lacking season. Run me my check and steady your mouth, your business bad for me. Even while walking a straight line. Flatline and whack rhyme, we building legacies as MDK. Flatline and whack rhyme and it's MDK. Flatline and whack rhyme and it's MDK. Flatline and whack rhyme and it's MDK.
Yeah.
Stopped in flatline, death given about 45. Left death, met the minds, found more than living than life. Long nights with a passion will push you to stay away. Wrong rights in plain sight, my people carry the weight. I ain't carry the weight, that's what I care to debate about. While a few take steps, majority gon' wait around. Playing rhyme, but to me the oddest sign of progress. Someone ain't offended, you ain't really made it far yet. You ain't found your lane, you ain't crashed the car yet. You ain't took a real loss, you ain't made a large bet. You ain't superstar yet, you ain't raised the bar yet. You ain't cut deep enough to even leave a scar yet. You just might get forgotten. The minds we locked in, you just might get forgotten. The minds we locked in, if you ever die, we dropped it, that's a no-no. We never been so MDK.
Yeah, I'm chit-checking cause it's only right. Low life chatting that pattern cause they having lonely nights. The same ones think they masters of rap, but can't even much hold the mic. You should just pass it to the left and leave it to the minds. Cause they keep asking how we got here. Look, we just follow signs, something's handed to us, but we slice this shit like easy pie. Never burnt around the edges, feelings good inside. Yo, I'm willing to take you out, saturate and shine. Hateful lines, cause you ain't got a message. Spilling lines, you out of touch with the culture, and you ain't never been it over nothing. So I can't function with you. And when you see me with the crew in the club, don't be trying to hop in pictures. Cause them conniving ways will got you in the worst ways. On the ground like Frazier, but testing my patience. We underground and do not stand with the non-believers. You unseen like a Pegasus. Loose lips gon' get you and your whole crew kicked in. Believe that. It's MDK, man. Austin, Texas. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to all my people. Yo, I'm shit checking these poses cause they think it's lacking season. Run me my check instead of your mouth. Your business bad for me. Even while walking a straight line with sissy casualties. Flatline and whack rhyme, we building legacies as MDK. Flatline and whack rhyme, it's MDK. Flatline and whack rhyme, it's MDK. Flatline and whack rhyme, it's MDK. Yeah, MDK. Straight out of Austin.
It's MDK.
Salute. Hey, MDK. 512. Hey,
MDK.
What up?
That was so crazy, rapping sitting down though.
Give it up.
We have never rapped sitting
Yeah,
down.
it feels hella weird. I was like,
how live do I get in the chair? Like,
feeling, trying to find my voice. Oh yeah, you got that black shirt on by the chalkboard.
We out here.
I was waiting for you guys to jump on the table.
Right, I would be super down for that. Just swish it all out of the way.
Yeah.
Super dramatic.
Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. We're here with Minds of a Different Kind. This is Music Firsthand, and we're here on the east side at Cuvee Coffee Bar, the best coffee in town.
East side.
Man, that's good. So you guys just had a new album come out, Borderlines, in March, right? Yeah. Okay. And it sounds like you guys have known each other before. I could tell. It was tight. You guys know each other? A little bit. Quite a while, yeah. You guys just met. I wanted to make sure. I thought there was a few points there that I think these guys just met before.
Right, I was gonna say I was doing my research and I found out y'all met at Cypher. Tell me a little bit more about Cypher.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that? I'm super interested. I really would like to know. It sounds incredible.
Yeah, the Cypher Hip Hop Project is a nonprofit that started in 2007 by Shannon Sandrea. Y'all met her a little earlier. Yeah. And Gator, he goes by Guido now. Yeah, so they went to all these different schools or like randomly already knew kids that they were mentoring. Yeah. And they came to us and was like, yo, we're doing this program for youth. It's going to be about hip hop. And it came to be a lot more than that, you know, but yeah, I think I was the youngest at the time, like 14, 15. And yeah, I think Shaw was the only guy at first. It was all girls.
Not bad.
Right,
yeah, it was all girls.
It was like, and then it got ruined.
Like
yeah.
There are a bunch of dudes now.
I mean, like the first meeting, you know, straight out of after school, we were meeting at another community, kind of like building for the people, you know, to just have meetings. And I walk in, and yeah, I'm expecting to see MCs. This is where I was in my journey. I'm expecting, when I'm thinking MCs, I'm thinking men. And so that's where I was in my journey of really just like what I knew and what we, you know, are the beliefs we build as youth. Like, no, it's not just men doing this thing.
Yeah, how
give
did
it
that
up,
change
give it up for
everything?
female
That's insane.
MCs.
Yes.
Man, we really out here just living the change we want to see.
That's incredible.
Give it up. You know, it's like
happening.
If you were the only man in it, like, how come I didn't find out about this program?
Come on, man. I mean, what a blessing it was. Like, it was such a blessing. It really took me out of, you know, being distracted when there was not school time, because I had something to do when it was class. And after school, that's what happened to a lot of us. We literally hit back in the streets, and that's how I found the tool, hip hop. We were all blessed to have a place to be, and they created the space.
And you guys collaboratively as a poetic voice are incredible together, and it's like pretty clear how long you've been working together and that it's developed. It's amazing.
Thank you.
It's really awesome. I'm super happy.
Yeah, it's been like a decade, I think so. You know, it's quite a long time.
That's a long time.
That's a marriage.
That is a marriage.
Common law, is it not? But that was like 5 years.
That's like two common
laws.
That's a concubine right here, man.
How do you put up with these guys?
Where my ring?
Yeah,
I
where
need
are
my
the
ring,
tax
that's it.
write-offs now?
Where's all your jewelry? Yeah.
Right?
Let me ask then, what's different about this album that just came out, and how can people get a copy? That's most important too, because those of you online, it's really important to support these local artists, right? Buying their merch, seeing their live shows. That's the only thing that keeps that live music alive, right? It's so difficult nowadays, so please do that if you're online right now. One, how do you get a copy? And then I do want to know, what's different about the album that you just came out with from that first album, and how you guys evolved? But how do you get a copy?
So you can get that on Bandcamp. No hard copies. But definitely Bandcamp. That's about it.
Okay.
Some joints on SoundCloud. So
Yeah, you can get our whole
SoundCloud /
discography on
Minds of a Different
Bandcamp
Kind.
for
Yeah.
$17.
There
All
we go.
three
That's a
albums
deal.
that we have
Yeah.
out.
It's lit.
From Minds of a Different Kind. We all have other albums out through different projects that y'all can find out, but that's Minds of a Different Kind at Bandcamp or just mindsofadifferentkind.com. That's where you can find our whole discography.
And it costs a lot more than $17 a disc to produce that
Oh,
stuff.
God, yeah.
Knowledge in a $17 college.
Oh, use your mic, yeah.
It'll give you more knowledge than a $17 college course.
There you go, yeah.
There we go.
So what's different about the album now from the first one?
I think, well, Borderlines that recently just came out, first of all, I think that idea came alive last year, particularly when me and Breeze had the opportunity to go overseas to Kenya to do some service with youth over there. Wow. We were able to really just share creatively, you know, and really express ourselves in the ways that they're really challenged over there and doing. And so really representing freedom of expression, servicing as counselors to youth, transition age youth there in East Africa. So that was where it came alive. We put my father on the cover. So if you look on the cover of Borderlines, that's my pops back in '95 in south side of Chicago. My last name is Darian Borders. So that's just what was alive in me. I think we all like really switched it up style-wise though, like from Butter and Water, you know, even before that in Mind Elevation.
Yeah, and I think on Butter and Water, it's exactly why we named it that. It was just what we had to, we had butter and water to cook with, and you know, this is what you get us. And this is our rawest form right here.
That's nice.
You know, we haven't figured out how to spice ourselves yet, you know. So
Yeah.
you know, it was still good though. It was some tasty butter and water.
Everybody likes butter.
But it's all hip hop. We really touched, you know, some serious points on Butter and Water, or actually on Borderlines. The first song, you know, really goes into females and them in the industry. I think as MCs, from my perspective as a male MC, just how do we let's break the barriers, let's show some respect, let's stop the vulgarity, the misogynistic.
Yeah, I saw the B word quote.
Yeah,
no one could say the B word at
Yeah,
Cypher, or else you were about to
challenge
get an earful of stuff.
ourselves, so-
That's incredible. How does that molding that at a young age is so important? I feel like if you don't talk about any of those difficult things early, then you end up with 40-year-old dudes that are yelling like sexist and racist shit at people, and you're like, how did nobody who forgot to tell you that that's not chill? Like nobody.
It's hella
told you.
unattractive.
Yeah, like it's not cute. It's not cute to be a dick. Stop.
So me and T was on that first joint. As soon as you press play on Borderlines, you really, that's just what we fighting for at the moment, and other things, you know.
Shout out to Josh on the beat.
Yep, Josh Brown versus Board.
That,
Shout out.
with Borderlines 2, we also wanted to just get a lot of material out in a short amount of time. I was like, yo, I want to do like 5 joints less than 2 weeks. Let's do it, because we can do it.
Yeah.
So, and Foresight had already been out for a while, so I was like, yeah, people need to hear some more.
Yeah,
so,
more and more.
yeah.
And I did everything in like a day on my behalf, you know, like get in there. And it was the fastest, you know, I've ever written anything for, ever. Like the whole project was just like, all right, let's go. I'm going in.
So when you guys, because you got 5 of you involved in that creative process, right? So, and I'm sure to figure out, there's lots of debate and discussion and argument. So you guys probably mud wrestle or something to figure out who wins. How do you figure that out?
As far as the order, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yo, if you wasn't in the studio and your verse wasn't getting on that track, like,
It's old school
that's,
shit. It's like show
if you
up,
ain't showing up,
be
like,
there.
Not in there.
we getting it done regardless, and we know just as individuals we rock, and we all are minds of a different kind. So we know just it's on you. Everybody has a life though,
Yes.
and so things come up, but we hold it down for each other. Really, at the end of the day, like.
Right, like you've been doing it for so long. It's a family thing at this point.
Yeah.
Brand, you know, the
Even
building.
if you wanted to stop and be like, damn it, now I have this thing, now I have to go, I have to write the
It's
song
there.
now. It has to happen
It's
now.
there.
That's sick.
But no, shout out to Flobama because he did a lot of the recording process for us and
I'm
the
never
beats.
not gonna laugh at
and
that. Like I don't.
yo, shout out to real producers out there who are putting it
Yeah,
down,
for sure.
holding it down, holding space for artists. You know, studio sessions and putting that time aside for artists to come through and record their material. Like that's just those things, man, make differences, you know, in the game and getting material out, the content. So we want to get better, of course, but that's what it's gonna take. Just hold space. Like,
It's that community and the support and everybody jumping in. So then, you know, a serious question for you guys. So you guys are almost like a family now. If we were to do a reality show.
Yes.
And so which one of you is like the serious one? Who's the funny one? Who's like
messy one?
The messy one? How would
We
you
all
guys?
messy.
We all messy.
No,
All right.
messy in different ways though. There's
Yeah,
levels to
many
that.
ways,
There's
yeah.
levels
All
to the
right.
messiness.
Yo,
Levels to the messy.
2 weeks.
Literal and not
2
so
weeks we
literal.
lived together in France, yo.
Yes, I wanted to see
That
this
was-
reality show.
This
That would
was
be a good
this
one.
was
That
a
sounds-
reality
It
show.
was-
Mad ratings.
It was mad productive and mad like also destructive at the same time.
All at once. You
Who
know,
smells
but-
the worst?
I'm probably say myself. Yeah.
Nomination.
That was so quick. She was like, I'm gonna say it.
Yo.
No hesitation.
No, that was a beautiful time. Like we literally spent more time with each other in that point than we were back here at home. That was a time to really come close and I mean just gain bondage, man.
Is that
and
like
really
the longest
build.
y'all have spent together, isolated with each other
I
for a period
mean,
of
we
time?
ain't never been out the country. We never toured. This was our first experience.
So it's, oh yeah, dude, yeah. Traveling with each other, it's like when you take your girlfriend or something somewhere and you're like, no more, no more. She's awful on a plane. Oh my God.
Yeah, you survived that?
Yeah, you guys made it. That's sick. For you.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, man.
No,
shout
but
out to Fred. Shout out to Bypass. Everybody overseas. Shout out to Aunt Jerry, man. Mine's of a different kind.
Yeah,
We
Samantha
love you.
Phelps.
Aunt Jerry, West Avajar. All that, man. We had a blast.
It was crazy. We got inside jokes and we made so
Oh,
many
sure.
connections over there. We built
Yeah.
a project over there and we have a collective now and we have a full-length album that's about to come out.
Yeah, we
pressed
got
up on
12
vinyl,
songs
all
done
that.
in
That is
2
great.
weeks
Yeah.
with eight artists in French and English on
Wow.
every song. And,
How do folks get a copy of that?
that is getting mixed right now.
Okay.
As soon as that's out, it will be all over Minds of a Different Kind,
Great.
social media,
Everything.
everywhere.
Alright.
Let us know. We can
Yeah.
help promote
And
it.
all
That's
social
great.
media platforms.
And,
you know,
and
Spotify,
that'll be getting
iTunes,
pressed up as a
what have you.
vinyl as well.
Hey, let's come back to. I want to ask some questions about this trip because those
Yeah.
photos are great. But let's do another song. And
get it.
hey, we want to hear another song. But if you're watching online right now, and I know a lot of you are, and there's some questions coming in, please send in more questions. I'm going to ask the group when we come back from this song. Let's hear it.
Did you get it? Mindz. Gyros. Shout out to the city. All the MCs. I'm off the Rick to paint the perfect picture. I'm off the Rick to paint the perfect picture. Yeah. I'm off the. Hey. Hip hop.
I'm off the rip to paint the perfect picture. Vivid rhyme schemes only seem to make me richer.
Mental capacity, Gaddafi like you tryna pop me.
You couldn't poppy seem like get the fuck up off me. Yo, I'm off the rip to paint the perfect picture. Vivid rhyme schemes only seem to make me richer.
Mental capacity, Gaddafi like you tryna pop me.
You couldn't poppy seem to get the fuck up off me.
Bad decisions at the reach at every corner store to each his own. This cornerstone, corona cologne, sin of death. Rip flesh, the testimony rests. Measure success, it's the time I test your last breath. Ain't nothing left in your chest, you simply treasure less. Booty dissipates a figment of imagination. I try to grasp my past memories, wrap them in plastic. Mental masturbation coming on the future patient. I wouldn't want to keep them waiting, tailor me my present. And I ain't talking picking presence of spiritual essence. Moment of deception, learn your first vital lesson. Check it, hey yo, the cycle of life is a blessing. Stuff within the curse while so many going to church. Praying to white Jesus, heathens remember the verse. I took a turn for the worse, the purse converse. It's references out of the hearse, yeah.
I'm off the rip to paint the perfect picture. Vivid rhyme schemes only seem to make me richer.
Mental capacity, Gaddafi like you tryna pop me.
You couldn't pop these poppy seeds.
Get the fuck up off me.
Yo, I'm off the rip to paint the perfect picture.
Vivid rhyme schemes
only seem to make me richer.
Mental capacity, Gaddafi like you tryna pop me. You couldn't pop these poppy seeds. Now get the fuck up off me.
Gather thoughts in my mind ready. Lyrical warfare, cause flare around daily. Hard, hairy, carry forces, rubber touching my belly. Money can change a nigga, what the fuck you gotta tell me? I stay steady, walk down these streets of early winter. Nigga, before December, the goal is to crush a hater. Player, SB rally, roaches with the doses. Let me know this understand, I speak emotions.
Yeah, mine's of a different kind. That's how we do, you know. That's how we do. For the fam.
Oh, that's tight. That does have to be weird for you guys to be like sitting when you're doing this. I know you kind of want to like really let us know.
We so used to the energy, man, and what the crowd gives us is what we give back. But you know, MCs got to be MCs.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing this on stage, sitting on a stool and shit, like I play acoustic guitar.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's like.
Yeah. Alright, I got a serious song, y'all.
Your fans will love
the
it.
actor's studio.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your fans are like gonna lose their shit though. You guys are all sitting on stools. Speaking of fans, we got a couple questions that came in. So here's a great question from Josh Manning. Josh wants to know, what's the process for making a track? What all goes into that?
Maybe a conversation or idea somebody already has, like throughout the day, or somebody will text somebody and be like, hey, or I got this beat, or it's real simple.
It's always so like different. 10, 15 different processes, you know. It might just be we all throw a beat on in the studio and start writing and get a quick verse out, and that song goes together because we're just all thinking about the same type of issues or the same type of things going on, But yeah, it might be, like she said, it might be, hey, I just saw this piece, so we should write a track around this. Or you know, Flobama, hey, I just put some beats out, you know, put a track to this real quick.
Okay.
I have something to add to
so
that,
Yeah.
So you know how, like, pretend that you're, like, hanging out with your buds every Saturday night, watching, like, a movie, and, like, you're trying to agree, like, what pizza to get, and like everybody wants a different topping, so y'all are like figuring it out, but it's like it's your best friend, so you've done this like a million times, and it might be like a little different every time, but it's just like a natural process. With these four, it's a lot like that. Like all they need is a beat that like everybody is feeling, and then it's just like, hey, you want to go first? Yeah, you want to go next? Yeah, like.
That's good.
Not very much bickering going on.
They're like, are you guys thinking the same thing I'm thinking? Yeah, me too. Let's do something about it. That's so.
Let's go in the studio and have a pizza.
Oh, no, that's awesome.
It's really just about creating, though, man.
Just the metaphor. I'm sure the thing is on it.
You know,
so,
free.
And an even more tactical level too. So once you have those beats, you're in a studio, right? Because we've got a lot of viewers who tune in who are not musicians. They don't understand at all what that looks like. So you've got somebody recording all that material you're creating in there, right? And you're going back and listening to it again, and then you're just figuring out what you want to cut out, what you want to bring in there, right? Is that how that process works?
The studio process, yes. It's like, for me in particular, like, I'm usually already remember my verse, everything I wrote down. And so now it's just the idea of really getting in front of the microphone and making sure I got that same cadence that I hear until I am satisfied. Like, even if they're like, yo, do it again, Shy. Like, do it again, Shy. Shy, nah, like, hyper crunk, you know, and so I got it. And I'm so crucial, but they can give me that feedback, and so I come hard every time. Like everybody has their niche, that one thing that's gonna get them hype right then in the moment. So it's a lot of in the moment things for me. Like a lot of the verses from the albums and projects was on the spot in the studio. Song was written right then and there, you know.
Yeah.
Verses, hooks.
I think like we give each other a lot of constructive criticisms because it's easy to think that whatever your ear is hearing is the right thing. So we like coach each other a lot, or we ask for opinions, or how should I do this, how should I do that. And so there's a reciprocal process I think that's going on that's important, because whenever you think that you're the shit and everything you're doing is great, then you don't really go anywhere. I mean some people maybe do because they're so talented, but I mean, you know what I mean, like the family aspect, the like, let's talk about it, let's figure it out, let's be constructive about the situation.
Being, like, total dicks to each other.
Right.
I love you.
Sometimes
This
it
is-
happens.
Yeah. Well, it's like I just tell my family members, like, no, that's stupid. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you gotta be open. We have to be open and comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
I mean, after 10 years, these the closest people I know to in my radius, in my circle. Nobody can come at me like some of them can come at me, and I don't really feel it. So just the comfortability, like it's just about the bond. I use that. The relationship helps me go hard and be me in the studio, and we happy at the end of the day. Like everybody did it.
Another question came in here from, I'm switching gears back to your recent trip. So from Shannon Coyle Sandrea, thanks for sending in this question.
Shannon, cool.
Yeah.
What up?
She asks, I know you just got back from Angers, France. How were you treated there, and what can Austin learn from Angers?
Oh my gosh.
I know.
We
need a whole other show for this.
We were treated super well.
Great
we were treated crazy well. They had just all the accommodations taken care of for us. They put us up in a nice like little house townhome for the 2 weeks that we were there. It was close. Yeah, like close enough to walk to. It was like a castle. Almost everywhere that we had to perform at, and it was like and took care of ride situations for us, and just had us feeling real comfortable. Had rehearsals time set out for us. Had times for us to go sound check at each venue and feel comfortable with all the mics and everything that we were going to be performing on. And
treated like you should be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like an artist.
Treated like maybe an artist has been doing stuff for about 10 years, but
but if they come over here, we're gonna be like, I think there's an Airbnb or something. Go figure it out.
Yeah. And it just felt like even just the crowd's energy. The first night, the show sold out capacity, like 150 people, and every person was into the show. They weren't staring at their phones or worried about getting whatever from the bar, or getting whatever from the food truck right next to there. And
engaged.
Everybody was engaged, and everybody came up to us afterwards and talked to us, and the universities and the high schools and everything. Like the English teachers had a hip hop chapter where the kids got to study our lyrics and study them for metaphors and similes,
education system.
and slang and proper
can't
English.
even get basic American history correct.
And it was all, they were all like, we're excited to learn about the culture that y'all are bringing over, and like how that just connects to language and connects to connecting people. And it was, it was pretty ridiculous that like the hip hop culture in France, and knowing that it comes from America, we're just like, we're psyched to have some people from where this originally came from come represent it. And it felt like, oh man, where is that at in the home base? You know what I'm saying?
How great is that though, man? What a good feeling.
And also, in terms of the shows, the enthusiasm was, higher. In a way of, like, we never really got to feel.
Nobody's over it.
Everybody here
epitome
seems
of
as if,
Austin's
it's just we see rappers all the time, but there was a different appreciation.
Yeah.
There was a certain level of love that, people, they really sat there and heard you and appreciate you speaking out. And even the youth, like, they see this media, television, but it was like we gave them a memory that they, really not gonna let go. And it just
You
felt
should totally
good.
watch those videos because I
Absolutely.
ugly cried at like 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
I was like,
the
this
videos-
is so cool.
Yeah, you really should watch these videos.
Those
Yeah.
kids in the high school were putting each other on their shoulders, jumping up
I
and
saw
down.
that was great.
wild.
Yeah.
We went in.
The food was amazing too.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
not forget.
I was gonna ask that. I was
Yo.
gonna be like, but seriously, how is the
Yeah.
food
Yeah.
though?
Now we're talking, yeah.
Red wine,
Yeah. the food.
baguettes, hella fromage.
Yes.
Hella fromage.
A lot of santés. That means cheers. By the way, the French.
They were
you know what I'm
laughing
saying?
at us pretty hard when we were talking about just wanting to eat cheddar cheese again. They were like,
Oh,
that's
No.
disgusting.
can I get some regular cheese? They just like, what's that?
I don't
They got like
understand.
15
Regular
different
cheese.
cheeses.
It's like going to Mexico and asking for shredded cheese. You're like, the hell out.
Yeah. Do you have the Mexican blend there?
Yeah, no. They're just like set you on fire upon it. They're like, what
They
is-
don't play. They don't play about their cheese or the wine.
No, they
Like,
do not.
Right.
No, I went out there and learned specific things about wine that I totally overlooked. And I mean, just the culture. Like I was very informed and enlightened. They're very chilled out there, and I think, we learned so much in terms of even recording and just how their processes look versus ours. How they just sit down and have just all of the time in a day where we're coming in the studio ready versus written, knocking them out, like not spending a whole day, like an hour in a studio. But they take their time, which is another thing I seen. So it was ill.
How did that trip come together? Because when we met a year or so ago, you and I were talking, and you were like, man, you said, hey, anything that will help support fans, that would support is really important to you. So we are passionate. We are trying to get ourselves out and get it to the next level, and we really want to travel overseas. You really work on trying to raise that money. I mean, you could really feel the passion, right? And that's part of the reason why you guys are sitting here today. I'm like, you guys got to be on the show.
Yep.
How did this trip come together to get over to France?
I mean, I know Breeze know a little bit more, but a couple of years ago during South by, we were approached by someone from Angers, France, and the connection grew from
That was
there.
Alexa's brother.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you want to speak to how they are building.
So the home, unfortunately, I don't know why, but I forgot Alexa's brother's name. But I met him like 2 years ago at Flamingo Cantina. We had a show. We were doing an official showcase. He had been communicating with us for a little while about wanting to bring us out to Angers, but they weren't able to like fund it fully. And so we were like, really the only thing that we need is like fund us our plane tickets. Because, I mean, flying to France internationally is a lot of money, especially for all of us. And so we were like, if you could do that, we'll go, And it never happened. And 2 years later, Bree started communicating. And he could speak more on like the 2 years after that, me meeting Lexa's brother.
Yeah, so Samantha Phelps also was a big connection here in Austin that was just helping us out with communication. But yeah, we started talking again this last year after we came back from Kenya.
Yep.
And I was like, all right, we somehow got this to happen. We can all go to France now. This is, and so we started talking just to different people around the city, and reaching out to friends and reaching out to family. We set up an Indiegogo, and was talking more and more with them, and they said, okay, we want to bring you out to Awesome Week. It got canceled, but we're still trying to set up another festival as Awesome Week.
Awesome Week, bypass.
Which was the exchange of Austin artists with artists from Angers. Which are, the sister city, blah, blah, blah thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, they basically agreed. They said, if y'all can get half y'all's tickets paid for, we'll pay for the other half and get y'all out here.
Wow.
And that, I can't remember if I was supposed to say that or not.
We'll check that contract later.
Yeah.
We out here.
We'll edit it.
But yeah, it was that was the thing, and so we knew the exact dollar amount we had to get to at that point, and we started buying the tickets up, and
Get
we
out.
just got there and
Started hustling.
Yeah, started
selling
hustling.
whatever you can.
Buying merch.
Yeah, made some
Selling your
promises,
bodies, whatever you gotta do.
Indiegogo to get more merch out to people and more albums out to people after the trip itself. So we got the whole album out there. We got some new shirts and some new hats and some new all kinds of gear that
Check us out.
Yes, that is definitely going to get us back to February, which we found out at the end of this trip they are planning to bring us back, fully paid for.
That is great, man.
There we
because
go.
it went well.
So great, yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and go ahead. You were
I guess I was gonna say one of the big distinctions is like this Awesome Week festival is run by Samantha, and she like brings awesome artists to Angers. But we were with also another group outside of the festival, and also with the festival, of which we were able to create a collective called Bypass, which is Minds of a Different Kind, including another group called Pantone, correct?
Okay.
And it's 5 other guys, producer, and 4 other MCs that all kind of mirror us and our styles.
Yeah,
it's
so wild.
crazy.
It's so wild.
Like our doubles or like our doppelgangers
Your
or something.
doppelgangers.
And like we were able to create an album over there, and in the studio that was like out in the country, like it was so beautiful, it was so amazing.
Like cornfields.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But so they like pushed us, and we like stayed a week longer than the actual festival. That's why we were there for 2 weeks, and we did. That's why we were able to get into the school systems and speak to the youth and do all kinds of like crazy stuff. Constantly working, man. We were working so hard over there.
No sleep, no breaks.
Yeah, no sleep, no
Yeah,
breaks.
it was like 10 shows. We had one day with 3 shows. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 1 at night. All it was like high school, college, and bar.
Your voices had to be wiped by
Rapping in the morning is like
we were
It was surprisingly solid.
Yeah,
we sounded great. I don't know why.
I
They got
don't know why you're
good.
complaining.
We had one sound guy. His name was Igor.
Yeah,
So he was
did a damn
dope.
good job.
Oh, I thought it was Igor. It was Hugo? This whole time. The whole time I was like, Igor, what's up, player? Good to see you, fam. He'd be like, yeah, like, he don't speak much English, you know, so.
Give a shout out to Igor.
My bad, Hugo, dog. I'm sorry. If you're watching, bro.
That's good.
He's typing a comment right now.
Yo, but shout out to Bypass, bro, for real.
So another question came in here. So from Ashley Miller. Thanks, Ashley, for sending your question. What is one piece of advice that you wish you knew when you first became an artist? Ooh, good question.
Follow your gut.
Follow your gut.
Oh, yeah.
I would say that.
Yeah, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to do whatever you want, because everybody, there's always going to be a naysayer. There's always going to be somebody that's going to put you down, that's going to tell you you're not good enough. And there'll be other people that will praise you and tell you that you're doing a good job, you know? I mean, I have never really had, this is to my own horn or whatever, but I've never really had anybody say like, oh, you're whack, bro. But I mean, there's people that like don't really like know what I do or why I do it, or don't support what I do. Yep. So
and also, if you commit 110%,
do what
you
you
can't
want.
find a crack in it.
Right.
Then who the hell's gonna come
Be
at you
honest
and
to
be
yourself.
I get that every week after the show.
Yeah.
Dude, you're a whack. What are you doing?
Nah, you're doing a good thing, man. You're doing a good thing.
Yeah, my job has
building
Yelp,
this platform.
like worse.
That's true,
Yeah.
yes.
I get that all the time.
I think I would say, you know, in the beginning with me, a person who was like really like trying to find my style, where my voice was in the beginning, you know, just, you know that your style is unique to you.
Yeah.
You know, once you find it, nobody else is gonna have that. It's like a, you know, it's gonna be like a fingerprint. You know, it's like what you got can't be, you know, people gonna try to duplicate it, replicate what you're doing and how you sounding, but in the end, like, it's your DNA, it's you, and just rep that. Like, now I'm in it more than ever now. Like, I gotta keep building it. We gotta keep building the content, building the style and the flavor into this continuous evolving, you know, just going in.
You're committed.
So,
To kind of piggyback off of that, I would also say that like finding your own style, this is true whether you're like an MC or a producer or whatever type of art you make. I speak as a producer, but finding your own style is definitely like a process that takes a long time. Like, I feel like I'm still definitely, I've been making music for years and I still feel like I'm like on that process. And when you're starting out, one thing that people should not be afraid to is to make something that just like sucks. Like, and not get discouraged by that, because finding your own style is like, it's a lot of experimentation.
Finding it, you're part of that.
Exactly, and a lot of experiments fail, and you have to figure out what works and what doesn't. And like, if you spend like 10 days like locking yourself in a room and everything sounds like crap, you at least know what not to do.
Yep.
So
it's like dating or figuring out your eyebrows.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
It takes a long time. It takes a long time.
It's taken me a really long time. Hey, on that note, though, hey, we do a couple songs. I know a lot of you are tuned in to listen to you guys, and please send in your questions. We're gonna hear a couple songs and then come back with some questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, Black Brown.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's get it. All right. We call this Black and Brown. We got next, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might as well give out.
Black like Mitch from Paid in Full. Black is that life. Caught my first case in the Manor. I hated that night. Small pieces in the crack sack. Forced the boys to hop out. I jetted towards the side block. Running a full flash strap with your Glock. Talk about times when you didn't know no better. It's not that standing on the corner for that new Coogee sweater. Only that feeling of sending your partners locked down. Long hood spoken letters. Used to run with my dude, but he gone. Caused too much damage to the system. Now tell me what the hell we gonna do now? Just stay black and proud. Yo, black and brown. This is black, this is brown. Come on.
Black and brown.
This is, yo, black and brown. This is black, this is brown.
Black and brown. This is black, this is brown. Black and brown. This is black, this is brown. Black and brown. This is black, this is brown.
All my people out there.
Black and brown.
Austin, Texas.
This is brown.
My black and brown family.
This is black.
Yeah. Hanging on by thread.
Raise my hand for a pledge. I'm protecting my neck, but not carefully stepping. People jacking my steeds. Black face with intentions. I got the power uplift. My fist consistently shifting. I'm aiming after these cops. I'm aiming after these verses. If I told you it was foe, when foe came out the wire. Being oppressed is depressing. I walk with a message. Shout out to my grounds. I'm black and profound. I can't black and brown. This is black.
This is brown.
Hey, black and brown. This is black. This is brown. Black and brown. This is black. This is brown. Black and brown. This is black. This is brown. Hey.
Black and brown. This is black. This is brown. Black and brown. This is black. This is brown.
Yo,
black and brown. This is black. This is brown.
Black and brown. This is black. This is brown.
The way my folks be nowadays got my mind blown. People, how my own people won't accept me as they own people. Ancestors used to be on some own people. Finally, my bloodline saw each as their own equal. It's no sequel. Hearing it here first. The real work, water be the wisdom. We quench search and drench earth. And since birth, our ancestors, we try to track them down. We bring the culture back around. Pay respect, we black and brown.
I'm on my by any means necessary shit. Ancestry got dead and very, very quick. I'm on my black and brown shit like Andalua, te lo juro, apúrate pura. Mad melanin soapbox, keep peddling poison in my pen. We sin and beg forgiveness. I say, never would they ever conjure or conquer the quest. Those that race against the aces, so many races stuck inside the matrix. Those that weave the fabric contain higher status. We call static. To upset established order, got me running from the border order. Man, they got me running from the border order.
Minds of a different kind.
Facts.
Facts, facts. Shout out to MCs, man. Shout out to the black and brown community, Austin, Texas.
Yes, sir.
Hey, yo, we problematic.
Mind distorted, so my hunger for knowledge need to be fulfilled. A deadly weapon, I ain't worried about ever being concealed. This is full exposure. Lyrically, crowds walking closer to dishonoring. Thugs and posers, I came up a loyal foot soldier. Still loyal, but we ain't gonna make it if we don't stop ranking and stop being soldiers. Switching to reins like new Range Rovers. Criminal craze make the land colder. Criminal craze makes the land colder.
Yeah. I'm probably problematic as a police pass the sweet grass smoke. Swivelous quotes released from the beat blast.
We class second hand sunbeam where we shine at.
Spine black, criminal mind at a righteous time lands. Call me Mr. Oratory, sorry your vision is gory. Come with gory
visions to a bloody slash of scene.
Hey, yo, we seen to shine more, of course, show no remorse, cause from the core,
the score gets settled like matadors.
I'm not a tourist, but I got the rapport of a matador.
My mind shine bright, word catch light like samurai slice shiesty.
Beginning and no one like me. Nightlife scene, we see beyond that pipe dream.
Nice ripe things we pluck from eating like trees. Relax, burning light free within the light breeze.
Fruits that the rebel they roots are since like light.
Hey yo, that kid they found dead in the news looks just like me.
Yo, this is teamwork, delivery thorough. Hunting down any and whoever seen first. Rebirth.
This is teamwork, delivery thorough. Hunting down
any and whoever seen first.
Remain problematic, revolution, keep it steady.
While electron bomb raw reactions stay automatic.
You ain't down with the kind.
Sublime rhyme and pelham on the pyramid. We serious as blank period.
Hey, from the swisher to my system to the ones who listen.
We mashing through the myriads past the riddle, but Britain's the cryptic.
Decision can't force a force is given.
Yo, crack the code, the calligraphy, my pen will be smitten.
The homicide rates rising with a police presence.
I give a damn about what ain't been done by my black president.
Come on, precedence to take hold, manifest intelligence.
My presence cause friction, ligaments, torn attention.
We watching lynch and catch attention in the Colorado capping.
They try and take us out, me as a victim, it's not happening.
Build a manifesto.
Toss the remains of the dirty mansion, it's absurd.
Cats be jacking lines, they must be klepto.
This is teamwork, delivery thorough, hunting down any and whoever seen first. This is teamwork, delivery thorough, hunting down any and whoever seen first. Rebirth Mindz. Yeah, appreciate that, y'all. That's how we do it.
Thank y'all.
Lil, shout out to the spoken word.
Santé, baby.
Shout out to the poets out there.
I drank all this on us.
So hey, we got
Cheers.
another question that came in from Mira Ramirez. So a ton of rappers move their hands when they rhyme. Do you all have any signature hand or dance moves that help you all get on beat?
I do have some signature hand moves. I do. What do you, during astrophysics?
Which ones?
During astrophysics.
Show me.
You ain't found your lane if you ain't crashed the car yet.
Oh, no, I think they
you
mean
ain't
like-
took the real
I-
laws if you ain't made a large
I
bet.
think they mean like in
It ain't-
general. Like,
you know,
do you
I ain't
have,
got like just every time I'm rapping, just just like but
I know I'm always like, no, whack rhyming.
it's
That's
like
true.
there's like definitely some signature moves for certain bars, certain lines.
Yeah.
In the,
Okay.
throughout the.
It's like every song's like the
You gotta
Macarena
do it
has
all.
like a hand thing.
I just know I have to keep my distance a little because they got long arms and they
Oh no!
Throwing
bows, you're like, I'm just trying to rap.
We do just be like just all
So
around.
you gotta watch out. You gotta
She's
watch
like
out.
matrixing back.
Yeah, but it works because they think it's
I
planned.
just try and stay towards the front. That way I ain't,
and we do a lot of
kicking
weaving.
sometimes.
That
We
is
weave
true,
a lot
yes.
together and
Weave,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, we weave. I do this one a lot. I put in my mind a lot. I don't know why. I'm like,
okay.
I did this with my brain.
Think, do you understand? Do you even know?
I thought about
Do you even hear me?
I'm all grown
Pointing at the mic all the time.
This thing is on. Yes.
Yes.
I love it.
It was
It's just,
fun.
it's just a way of creative expression, man. As an MC, like, yeah, I got a lot of body language. I know that if you're just being still on stage, like, what's going on, yo? And you're spitting, like, what? That's not. I gotta move. Like,
Probably
Yeah.
a struggle.
what's up? Get loose.
Yeah, like Michael
Reciprocity,
Jackson
man.
probably wouldn't be, acclaimed as much as he is if he wasn't dancing while he was doing all that singing.
Speaking of MJ,
Yes, that's true.
he did talk about, because they asked him, like, how do you think of your moves? And he said he don't think about it at all.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So that always stuck with me too, to be on stage and just not think
Like,
about how
live
you're
in
gonna make your
stage
movements.
presence,
Yeah.
Hey, he's getting his zone.
Dope.
Whenever like I rap, like people are like, "How do you do it?" I'm like, "I have no idea," because I don't think about it. I just do it. It's just
That
like
was one of my
streamlined. You know what I mean?
questions I was gonna ask, like,
This
how
shit
do
just
you
come out of me.
like your own personal at-home personalities versus your MC personalities. I saw an interview where, like you were like, it's not. I just call myself. Now you're like, now you do Pip Damascus. Like what is the real big difference for all of you between your like on-stage presence and at home? Between who you like go to bed with and what you are on stage.
I'm hella hype on stage, but I might seem very humble and
Yeah.
soft-spoken when you walk up
That's
to
true.
me in the HEB or something. But catch me on.
No, he talks to everybody.
Catch me on.
HEB.
Social
I
butterfly.
don't talk to anybody
saying,
in HEB because I'm usually like probably too
I
high
want to
in HEB.
yell. I want to yell and I want to scream on stage, and I want to be at the highest caliber. But I'm very social still, but I'm not that crunk normal life. But don't
Not
get
pointing
it
the microphone
twisted
crunk.
though.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted, B. Nah, it's style,
I'm running
man.
up on them.
Yeah, don't.
That would make me nervous if you came at me like you were like.
You
going,
don't want
like,
that.
into your- yeah.
You don't want to.
That was you pulled your signature move on me in HEB.
But he's pointing at like whatever he had, like it's like a
Yes.
package of turkey.
Yeah, doing one of these things.
Come on, man.
Like,
I'd
yeah,
be
that
really
dude
nervous.
shy is extra chill.
Like,
Nah, that dude crazy on
Don't catch him in the
stage.
produce line.
Yes.
That's not a good spot.
So it's our energy though. It's be original, be you, let it flow through you naturally, man. I don't
Yeah.
think about it, man.
I'm an introverted person too, so when I'm on stage, yeah, a different person comes out, but I'm still nervous before shows.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to like
Crazy.
have my time and like not too much time, but like just that little.
Do you have a ritual?
yeah, what's your
Yeah,
ritual
that's
before
like my
show?
little ritual. I just kind of talk to myself. Not like that, but like go over my lines. I go over my lines. just try to create all this positive thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Try not to.
Yeah.
I also use the restroom too.
Yeah.
Good ritual.
Every time.
Take that boo boo real quick.
Oh, I just take a pee real quick. That's almost every time. I get a little nervous. I'm an extrovert, definitely, but I definitely have to take a pee before most shows. I didn't before this one, but yeah, it's interesting. Like I definitely am a high energy person and like to talk when people are talking. I like to ad lib when people are rapping, but I don't know the different name personality. It definitely, I mean, introducing yourself as something different is just something different.
Yeah.
You know, it gets you into a little mind space.
I think for me, you mentioned, I'm assuming you watched this documentary that we did a very long time ago. Yeah, so like nice. So like the UT student had made a documentary for us, and we opened up for Yellow Wolf maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I would imagine. And so like at the time, I was like, I didn't have an alias, and I still don't really own up to my alias because like I feel like when I do speak, it is who I am. Yeah. But then I have like transitioned into this like phase of like I say things on stage and in rap that I normally wouldn't say as me in everyday life. And I might say some like kind of foul, gory, weird stuff. Or like, I don't know, I think I have more like of an aggressive personality, I think, as like an artist. Because like you have this poetic license, the ability to say what you want and people will take you seriously because I have a platform. And we have a platform that we have created over the years to be able to do what we want, say what we want, be radical or, you know, be whatever sort of ideology that you have, you express it on the mic and people take it, you know?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I like that poetic license would definitely made it click right there. Just like, yeah, it's this person is speaking to a crowd of people about, you know, something that I'm, a message that I'm trying to give. I'm not speaking directly to you about something that you're doing or that you need to change, but something that I see is, you know, that a lot of people could use.
Yeah. Even in the Cypher, we started off not doing songs at all, just all spoken word, and like we had to call each other. We had to pick a person to call and get to know them, come back and talk about it, and so we was like really challenged to get to know each other. Yeah. So I think that helped us as well, like just being confident with no beat, having to actually work together and write together.
Yeah, like sharing that like vulnerable artist voice. Yeah, that's dope.
So.
Well, we're really glad you guys came on the show tonight. I mean, this is just a real pleasure to have you here.
Yeah. Thanks for the questions.
So much.
Yeah, those were great questions, by the way.
And yeah, thank you guys for sending in the questions online. Thanks for everybody here in the room. We appreciate you all coming out tonight. Mindz of a Different Kind. Find it on Bandcamp. Get their album. Please check them out. You guys, coming up Thursday, you have
a screening. Yeah, we have a screening.
Not premiere, screening.
Yeah.
Screening.
Movie screening of a short film we did this past winter. Me and Black Child just kind of represent the friendship and how the development of the music came, represent like our first shot of being able to hit that studio session and just the things that came along the process of getting to that day. You know, so check it out and see just what that was for us. It was a great time to act and that first appearance on camera, like for real. And so shout out to Artist Cool, Foom is the shooter. Shout out, man. Y'all really looking out, man. And real filmmakers, man. Women in film, black women in film too, like big ups for real.
Nice. That's Thursday. And then follow them on Facebook. Please like and share their Facebook page, their Instagram, their Twitter. And let me just finish by saying next week we have the Wheelwrights at Tuesday at 7 p.m., which is going to be another great show. Please like and share Music Firsthand. We'll have this available, the whole edited version on YouTube coming up in the next week. Thank you so much to Cuvee Coffee Bar here on E6, the best coffee in Austin, Texas. Cuvee. Thank you very much. Thank you to New Standard Manufacturing, one of our sponsors. This is the best merch in town. Let me tell you, these shirts are really sweet. Thank you to Lisa House Photography as well. And so with that, folks, thank you all for coming here tonight. Thank you for being online. Thank you, Mindz of a Different Kind. Thank you, BeckiJo Neal. Have a good night, everybody. See y'all.
Music Firsthand.
Thank you.
Okay, head over to comediansinterviewingmusicians.live where you can get additional bonus material and rewards. And you can find all the full videos on the Music Firsthand YouTube channel. Thanks for listening. See you next time.